Hello and welcome to Morten's Corner. In this video, I'd like to talk to you about how you can use ClickLearn to record in app mode. So firstly, for the scope of today, we'll talk a little bit about what app mode is. Then I'll show you how you can do it in, how you can run it in Edge, in Chrome, and somewhat in Firefox. Not exactly the same, but I'll show you anyway. Then we'll talk a little bit about the template settings you may want to alter if you record in this mode. And then we can talk about best practices and when to use it. So, all right. So to get us started, what you want to do is that you can right-click on your Start menu, come down here and click on Run. And what you will want to type for Edge, for example, we'll type ms edge --app equals, and then the URL you want to run. So in my case, I've used our CRM system down here. I'll click on OK. Bring it up on the screen so you can see ms-app and so forth. So how you will see Edge running is now I don't have any URLs. I don't have any menus, any favorites, any toolbars, or any of the stuff that makes it look like a browser. It basically looks like a standalone application, which is super nice. You can of course also take it a step further and hit F11, which will then put it in full screen. So now you have even more of an app, right? And then I can of course record with ClickLearn as I see fit. If I click on Alt to bring up the menu, nothing happens. But if I do click on Alt space, I do get the context menu from up here, or I can like do different stuff, right? Close is probably what you want to do from here. So to do it in Chrome, it's the same thing. Yeah, you just type Chrome --app equals, and then my app, right? There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and maximize it. Can even full screen it. There we go. And it's now full screen. So it's super nice to run it like this if you want like a super clean interface with no like disturbing elements. Or if you have, let's say you have like an emulator of sorts that you want to have you have like a smartphone emulator of some sort where you are emulating an app using a canvas-based emulation tool, which is web-based. There's a big chance you can capture that with ClickLearn. So if you do have emulators, try them on the web with our web connector. You might be lucky to find one that works well. I've known of some in the past that's been worked quite well, and I don't know if they're still in service, but it's definitely a good scenario for this. Firefox was also supported. There was a mode called SSB, but it's been discontinued. So what you have left now is kiosk mode, which you can run like this. So the only thing is a little disclaimer on the kiosk mode. You cannot right click. So if you use right clicks on any of your recordings, that's not going to be possible. So the same thing, but the only difference is that you put in kiosk mode, and I've put in new window because I have a whole browser session running. So that's how I've done it. Now you can of course also take this, I'm gonna do that, and there you go. Now it's Firefox, right? So this is Firefox. Firefox is a little bit different in the sense that if you click on Alt space, and then click on Alt, you should be able to get up the menus. Maybe it's because I'm in full screen mode. One sec. Store, and then click on Alt. There you can see all my extensions are running. We are preparing ClickLearn for Firefox, but it may or may not come. It depends if we're able to get the extension approved and get it to work properly and stuff like that. So in case Firefox gets approved by ClickLearn, then you will be able to use this mode here as well, right? So if you wanted to, you could create a shortcut for this, of course. And the way you'd want to do that is, let's say you come into Notepad here. So I can either put in this and then save it as a bat file. Just save as, make a bat file, or you can go the old school way, basically just creating a new shortcut on your PC. So let's see, I go to my desktop, I'll create a new shortcut. So I've put all these at the end. I don't actually know if that will work. We might have to put them in the properties of the shortcut. We'll just test it in a sec. It works. All right, so basically I've called it Firefox in app mode for CRM. And I could just, put that in my start menu if I wanted to, right? So yeah, there you have it. That's how you can do them. And you can, of course, make shortcuts for any app you want. So if you have one for CRM, one for PC, one for IFS, one for your intro web, if you record that, you can make that for either, Firefox, Chrome, Edge, whatever. Probably Edge and Chrome will be more relevant right now because those are the ones that we officially support. So yeah. Recording in the app mode. I'll show you how that looks. One moment. So the way the recordings look in app mode is if you come in here. So look at the one I did in Chrome. And what you can see here is that the recording itself, if you look at the image editor here, it's incredibly clean. Like there is nothing. There's nothing on the screen apart from CRM. There's no menus, there's no nothing, right? So it looks like an app. Therefore, app mode, that's kind of the whole thing, right? One thing you will want to consider when you use this mode is you want to come in here to settings and you want to come down to template. And let's go to the video template. For each mode, show me, try me, test me, whichever you need, you would have to say controls. And you can say outside video viewport or pop up from bottom, whatever. The default is visible, right? So the video controls by default are made to cover the start menu. Okay, so if you run with F11, which is totally full screen mode, then you would want to come down here and say outside viewport. That means that the video controls will be outside the frame, right? Completely outside the frame, not covering the start menu, which you don't have when you run with F11. If you run app mode and you don't run with F11, you should be still fine in most cases, because it should just cover the start menu. But you might, if you click I know in CRM there's a little save button in the really bottom right corner of the screen down here. Sometimes when you click that, if you run the try me or the test me video, it's really hard to press it without hovering over the controls. So in that case, you may want to put them outside in those videos. So yeah, there you have it. When to use this in best practice? Well, if you are using it, I can recommend you run with F11 because you're already doing all the work of removing everything from your menus. So you might as well just do it full screen, right? I think that looks the best, but that's entirely up to you, what you like. And then of course the template setting I just showed you, I probably recommend you take a look at that so that you don't obscure parts of your screen with the video controls. But yeah, with that being said, thank you very much for watching this video on ClickLearn recording browsers in app mode. And yeah, I do hope you found it useful. I will leave some links in the community about how to run this for each browser that we've discussed. And as always, you have a wonderful day. Thank you.